Hello, everybody, and welcome to our pre-ILTACON webinar. We are so excited. We're at the final countdown before ILTACON, and we can't wait to see you there. So thanks for joining us. We'll give it another minute for everyone to get inside of the Zoom room, and then we'll get started. All right. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today while we discuss everything you need to know before the 2025 ILTACON in National Harbor. This call will be recorded. We will post the recording of this orientation on our ILTACON website under informational webinars. Along with the recording, we will include a copy of the PowerPoint for your reference. Please drop all of your questions in the Q&A. We have a team of ILTA staff here prepared to answer those questions. We'll also go through them together at the end of our call and make sure that we're addressing everything. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, want to introduce our event experience team. Ms. Dawn Hudgens, our Chief Experience Officer, myself, I'm Jessica Likens, Tracy McCrae, our Manager of Event Data and Operations, Melissa Camiso, and Sarah Grace Johnson. We are, I guess, your hosts for ILTACON, along with a whole slew of volunteers and business partners and members alike. But if you need anything leading up to the event, please reach any of us at the events@iltanet.org email. Want to get started with some key reminders. First and foremost, bring your government photo ID with you. Obviously, if you're flying, you're going to have it. You will have to present it at registration in order to get your badge. It must include your name, picture, and age, and it has to be a physical ID. This could be a passport, it could be a driver's license, anything along those lines, but it needs to be government issued. Additionally, this year we're seeing a lot more interns and a younger audience at ILTACON. Therefore, all of our bars will be carding attendees. So if you plan to consume alcohol at any of our events, make sure that you have that ID as well. Sleeping rooms, keep in mind, with putting a card down. This is very important. Just because you provided a card with your reservation, the hotel will still need a physical card at check-in. So if you or somebody that you are bringing will not have a card that is going to be used to pay for their room and tax, they will not have that physically with them at check-in. You guys do need to go ahead and submit a credit card authorization form to get those charges taken care of. If you have any questions about that, reach out to us at housing@iltanet.org. We can certainly help facilitate that process. However, you can reach out to the hotels directly and request it. Here is a listing of all of our official ILTACON hotel partners. We have 10 total. This is insane, very exciting, but phone numbers are listed here. For all of our hotel partners, we have prepared them that we might have a slew of folks that need to go ahead and get those credit card authorization forms completed. The Gaylord National Resort is a cashless property. They do have ATMs where you can kind of transfer monies, but please don't just bring cash expecting it to work. It is cashless. Want to remind you about the Gaylord Resort app. This is a fantastic tool. They've made a ton of updates to this, and I personally find the functionality much better than we experienced at the Gaylord last year. But on this app, there's actually a step-by-step wayfinding tool that we'll show a little bit later. It's a fantastic resource. Additionally, the Marriott Bonvoy app. Make sure that you get that downloaded. You can utilize the mobile key to check in and skip the line. You can quickly request towels, food. I will say, if you're not a Marriott Bonvoy member, join. You'll get access to free Wi-Fi in your guest room. It's a fantastic benefit. So make sure you get that downloaded as well. And then also wanted to remind everybody about our luggage hold on Thursday of ILTACON. So we know a lot of you are checking out from hotels, one of 9 hotels that are not the Gaylord. So please bring your luggage to us at the Gaylord in our Maryland Ballroom pre-function. We will have a staffed luggage hold for you. It is free. You must have your conference badge on in order to drop your luggage off. And we'll have that service from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. all day on Thursday. Want to go over some do's and don'ts. So first and foremost, possibly the most comfortable or most important part of ILTACON is to wear comfortable shoes. If you've been to ILTACON before, you know that you will be doing a lot of walking. Fortunately, the Gaylord National is a little bit more vertically stacked than Opryland, but it's still a really, really big place, guys, and you're going to find yourself walking a lot. So wear those comfortable shoes. Dress in layers. The meeting rooms do get very, very cold, and it's going to be extremely hot outside. If you find yourself running from session to session, you might get hot. So make sure you have something that you can pop on and pop off if need be. Bring a reusable water bottle. We are not going to have individual bottles of water very often at all during ILTACON, but we will have water bubblers everywhere. So please bring your reusable water bottle. Make sure you download the apps. First and foremost, the Bizzabo app. This is our official conference app. On Monday, we sent out invites to people for that. You should have received an email. Check your spam if you don't see it. If not, you can just download the Bizzabo app and log in with the email address that you have on file with ILTA, and that should give you access. If you're having any trouble with that, reach out to our support team, please. And then again, another call out for the Marriott Bonvoy app and the Gaylord Resorts. One that somebody brought up today that was great was your airline app. Make sure you get that downloaded before. Do program your friends and your teammates' phone numbers in your phone beforehand so you have those handy. Do form an emergency plan and save our emergency hotline number. It's listed here for you. That is a 24-hour hotline, and that is truly for emergencies only. So please reserve calls to that when you're in urgent need of assistance and it's not something that you can't get help from any of our reg staff. Do review the conference agenda. Bizzabo is going to be a great place to do this, where you can actually favorite different sessions, add it to your calendar. A fantastic tool for you to really plan your time at ILTACON and maximize your experience. We have a ton of networking events going on. Look at those, pick which ones are going to be most interesting to you. We obviously have, I think, 85 educational sessions, which is incredible. We have a ton of master classes and company updates, of course, our trade show. So take a look, review that agenda, and get yourself an organized schedule. Do share the word. Let people know you're coming to ILTACON. We have a fantastic brand hub that is available to you. You can scan this QR code and it's going to give you some branded assets so that you can promote your involvement at our conference. And now some don'ts. Do not bring in any outside food and beverage to the Gaylord. The hotel will confiscate it. I just like to remind people of that. It's one thing to have some chips or snacks in your room, but please don't order pizza and bring it in or try to organize some friends in a corner and bring in outside food and beverage. It will be taken. Again, do not bring cash outside of anything you might want to tip for. Gaylord is a cashless property. Do not share or tamper with your registration event badge. We'll be using Click again this year, so you'll have the wearable. Anybody who shares or tampers with their badge will be in violation of our policies that you agreed to during registration and subject to the punishments. So please, please, please don't do that. Yeah, just don't do it. Don't forget that ILTACON is not a sprint. It's a marathon. This is a very long conference, Sunday to Thursday. So make sure you're pacing yourself. Don't forget your ID when attending an event that's serving alcohol, as we mentioned earlier. This is much different than what we've seen in the past. Historically, we have not had to ID at our bars, so want to make sure everyone's aware of that. And then don't forget to wear your badge at all times. If you're coming from another hotel and you show up and you realize you forgot your badge and you don't want to go back to your hotel and get it, you can purchase a new one at our member and volunteer services, and they are $25, which is a drastic decrease in cost from years past. But come see us. You might be escorted there because of the security we have placed around the perimeter. But yeah, come and see us if you want to replace it. But don't forget that badge, it's very important. Want to run through some events, what you can expect at ILTACON. We have jam-packed this year with so many fun things. We're really excited for everyone to just let loose a little bit, buy into the cheesiness, and enjoy themselves because we are ILTA. So, in line with the National Harbor, we have a full-blown pirate theme this year. So make sure you plan accordingly. We're really excited about it. On Sunday, some things you can expect. Obviously, our on-site badge pickup starts at noon, but we've got some really fun regional team building activities planned. That's Sunday at 4 p.m. We're going to do some minute to win it's. Remind your business partner friends that it is open to them. We don't see a lot of engagement from them in that, and we want to make sure that they know that they're welcome too. Sunday at 5:45 p.m., we will have our orientation. First timers and veterans are welcome. So join us there. And then Sunday night, of course, we have our opening reception. This is our grand kickoff to ILTACON 2025. Kind of a unique format this year. We will be spread throughout all of the atrium levels of the Gaylord National. We'll have some quieter spaces for those of you that prefer to get away from the noise, but we'll be outside on the terrace in the lower atrium and then also upstairs on the Cherry Blossom atrium level. I'm sure you will see lots of people standing around. We'll have food and beverage scattered everywhere. So come hang out with us and get us kicked off. On Monday, 7:30 a.m., we've got a buddy meetup. Please note that this is not open to everybody. You have to have signed up for the buddy program, but do want to highlight that. 9 a.m., we have our opening session and our keynote with Ryan Campbell, who I had the pleasure of speaking with this week. He is fantastic. If you can't stay for the entire keynote, though, do pop in right at 9 because our opening is going to be one for the books this year. Very entertaining. 12:30, we have that My Mentor meetup. Again, this is not open to anybody. You need to have registered for this program. If these things interest you, the Buddy or Meetup Mentor program interest you, sign up for next year. It's a great opportunity to connect with other ILTAns and even help the new folks on site get acclimated. At 4 p.m., we will have finished setting up our exhibit hall. That'll shut down. Our fire marshal will walk through. We've got a vendor and BPC appreciation and orientation going on. 5:30, our emerging professionals reception. This is for all of our young professionals. Please join us, have a drink, connect with one another. Of course, all day we have master classes, company updates, education. And then Monday night, we open our exhibit hall at 7 p.m. Wear your costume fair. As usual, our vendors' booths will be decked out and we'll be doing some contests for them. Tuesday morning at 7:30, we're launching our Lessons in Leadership book. The authors that have been involved in this project will be there. Come have a light bite to eat, grab some coffee, meet the authors, get your book signed. This is a really neat project we rolled out this year, so come check us out. In the evening, we'll have live entertainment in the Crow's Nest. So within the exhibit hall, we will have the Crow's Nest, which is going to be a pirate ship with some pirates entertaining us with their old songs. Check it out. 6 p.m., we have our international reception. Obviously, all day again, master classes, company updates, lots of education. Wednesday, we have our keynote with Rena. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. 11 a.m., we have our tech survey session. Again, we have that live entertainment in the Crow's Nest. That evening, we have lots of receptions going on, Black Affinity, DEIC, Women Who Lead, small firm reception, and then all day, every day, continuing with those master classes, company updates, and education. Thursday, once again, we have luggage storage for everybody, so don't feel like you have to store at your hotel if you're not staying at the Gaylord. Bring it to the Gaylord so you can leave straight from there. So that starts at 6:30 a.m. 9 a.m. We've got our G100, G200 wrap-up keynote. This is going to be fantastic. 12 p.m. we have our annual group meeting. So this at 12 p.m. this is open to members only. At 12:45, however, we will open the doors to non-members and business partners, and they can participate in the rest of the business meeting that will conclude at about 1:15. And then, of course, Thursday we have our closing reception, complete with a pirate costume contest. So wear your best pirate gear, come and join us. We've got a live band, tons of food, open bar. It should be a good time. Well, open bar with drink tickets, I should say. As I mentioned, here's just kind of a breakdown on that Thursday annual group meeting if you wanted more information. One thing we do like to call out, there is meal service provided for everybody, and sometimes we can get caught up, chatting with one another over lunch. Just please be cognizant of the sound levels because some are really engaged in what our speakers are presenting. For our exhibit hall, lots of fun things going on. Obviously, we have vendor bingo again this year, so you can engage in conversation with our partners, get a stamp. When your card is full, you'll turn it in at the business partner service desk, which is right outside of the hall, for the opportunity to win some pretty fantastic prizes. In the exhibit hall, we do have a headshot lounge. Titan File is providing us with this. It's at booth 1003. So go get your headshot updated. We also have a really cool 360 photo booth Filevine is providing for us. It will be on the show floor. It'll also be showcased at our opening reception on Sunday evening. And then new this year is we are running podcasts live from the show floor. So the ILTA Live podcast booth will be down there. Really cool to sit down. You can watch what's going on with some great thought leaders and kind of see it all unfold in real time. Once again, we have the Crow's Nest. This is just a fun little area of the exhibit hall where you can have a drink, listen to some music, and just kind of unwind after a long day at ILTACON. Looking at our meals, wanted to just break this down for what meals are provided. On Monday, we'll have breakfast bites. Keep in mind the breakfast we serve is pretty light. So if you need something a little bit more filling, make sure you take care of that on your own. We'll have AM and PM breaks all day, little snacks and some, refresh of your coffee. And then for lunch on Monday, we're going to be scattered throughout three locations. So we'll have buffets outside of the Maryland Ballroom, downstairs in a portion of the exhibit hall, and then, of course, outside in Riverview Ballroom with breathtaking views of the Potomac. Attendees will be directed to the lunch spaces based on traffic flow. So I call that out because depending on where you're coming from, that's going to be where you're directed to. So just wanted to give you a heads up. Tuesday and Wednesday, again, we have breakfast bites, AM, PM breaks. Lunch will be in the exhibit hall. Thursday, breakfast bites, AM break in the exhibit hall. PM break will be throughout the convention space. And then we have the annual group meeting. So we'll have that plated lunch in the Potomac Ballroom. But we do also have some box lunches for those tearing down in the exhibit hall. Some other special offerings, we have a mother's room available. It's on the top floor in National Harbor, top floor of the meeting space, I should say. We'll provide electric for pumping and some soft seating for comfort. There won't be refrigerators in there, so if you are needing to store breast milk, please see one of our ILTA staff members and we can help you out. We also have a prayer room open to all individuals of all denominations. And this is just a quiet space to pray, get away from the noise of ILTACON and reflect. And then, of course, our tranquility room, which is on the mezzanine one level. We've got some zero gravity chairs in there, low lighting, quietness. We've got some electric calf massagers. So if you need to take a step away and just like turn off your brain for a second, please check that out. Nice and quiet space. It's on the mezzanine level. If you need help getting there, just grab one of our staff. Speaking of needing help, navigating ILTACON. So there's a lot going on. I've included here some key maps for you with some guides. So everything that's orange is going to be your demo rooms. Want to note that we heard you, and this year we have a listing of all of our demo rooms on the Bizibo app. So if you've got a meeting with NetDocs or Filevine or whoever, check out Bizibo and it'll tell you exactly which meeting room they're in. Education is going to be highlighted in green for your quick reference. Obviously, here we have our mother and silence room. Um, some additional spaces here. You can find where like our press room is, where our registration desk is, volunteer and member services, shuttle pickup and drop off. We'll talk about that here in just a second. That mezzanine level, again, that's kind of on its own, but great area to check out for that the tranquility room. I might just spend the whole time there. On the atrium level, we've got our exhibit hall, and we've got a swag shop down there where we'll actually be selling ILTA zip-up jackets, and then BP services as well. Eastern Shores, where G100, G200 Corporate Legal Day will be taking place. That's across the atrium, but on the bottom level of the hotel. Again, navigate the Gaylord Resort app. This thing is fantastic. You can go in, type where you're trying to go, click get directions, type where you're coming from, so maybe the front desk, and start your route, and it's going to guide you step by step where you need to go, complete with a map. And then if you scroll down, it'll give you the guide as well. So check that out. It's going to be very helpful. All right, shuttle services. So this is the big one. Obviously, this is new for us. We're not used to being in so many properties. Gate ILTACON is growing and it's exciting. But we do have pretty much half of our attendees staying off property in one of our 10 hotels. So, in order to make sure everyone is getting back and forth safely, and not having to deal with a bunch of ride shares, we are providing shuttle service. We will have shuttles running Sunday 12 to 10, Monday 7 to 10, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 to 10. Route one's going to be within the harbor, so that'll go out to Harborside, hit our MGM folks, make our way back in. And then the second route will take care of our Alexandria-based properties. We will have 3 shuttles on each side. Those are expected to stop at each hotel about every 30 minutes, depending on traffic. So please plan accordingly. They will be frequent, but don't wait until 15 minutes before you need to get to the hotel to grab a shuttle. If a shuttle does come and it's full, wait for the next one. The reality is we can't have enough shuttles that if everyone's standing at the door ready to go at the same time. Obviously, we can't get everybody on it, but this loop, staggered loop approach, we're hoping to capture everybody. And of course, we make sure to start those a couple hours before anything's really getting started, so you have plenty of time to get over. One of the buses on the route is 80A. It will be on the first route that's within the harbor. However, we can dispatch that over to Route 2, so please call us if you need that. This ADA bus actually includes a lift to get individuals onto the bus. All of the other buses do have the capacity to store any mobility tools that you have, whether that's a wheelchair or a scooter. They can store that underneath, but they don't have the lift option. All of the shuttles will drop off at the Gaylord at the Woodrow Wilson bus loop. So I highlight this because it is not the front entrance. Also, ride shares. If you're taking a ride share into ILTACON, an Uber, whatever, that's also going to drop you off at the Woodrow Wilson bus loop. And to get checked in, if you're a guest at the Gaylord, you will need to take an elevator or escalator downstairs. Safety and security. This is a huge priority to ILTA. Your safety and security is just something that we take so extremely serious. So again, make sure you have your government picture ID at badge pickup, and where alcohol is served. Make sure you're wearing your conference badge at all times. You will be stopped by one of our many security personnel if you are not wearing it. Um, you must have signed an ILTA anti-harassment agreement to attend ILTA. And that's something, again, that we take very seriously. So review that if you're unsure of it. We hold everybody to those standards. And violating those policies will subject you to possibly employer notification, removal from the property, removal from the conference, banned from the conference, or possibly even your employer banned from the conference. Um, if you see something and you need to report it, we do have an incident report form. We'll have signage where you can QR code that and report something to us. Additionally, we have that 24-hour hotline that we hope you'll take advantage of if need be. Hopefully, you don't need to. So please call us there and we will be right there for you. Last year, you may have remembered Jeff McKissick. He was one of our keynote presenters. He has a fantastic guide on just staying safe. If you have time and want to review it, please take a look. And then lastly, want to touch on suitcasing. So unfortunately, with an event as big as ILTACON, we will have some individuals that are attempting to come solicit our members with give me one second. Um, sorry, got a weird message. Okay, so with an event the size of ILTACON, we will have some individuals who are trying to take advantage of our members and not really going through the correct avenues to be one of our business partners. So please, if you see that, report it to us. It just really undervalues the commitment our business partners have to ILTA. So we have a number here specifically for that. We'll also have some QR codes available for you to scan and report any suitcasing you see. As an attendee of our conference, please don't engage with these individuals. We just really ask that in an effort to uh, maintain the integrity of our business partner investment, please don't engage with them. All right, moving on. Sorry about that. I want to talk a little bit about Click this year. We've talked about Visibo a little bit. If you've been to an ILTACON the last couple of years, you will be familiar with this technology. We're using our Click app again. So this is a fantastic way to very quickly exchange information with other attendees. Or with our business partners. So instead of having to drop cards, or do scanning. We've got these buttons that you can hold near one another. You both have to press it, and it will exchange your contact information as we have in our system. So make sure you take advantage of that. That will be on each of your badges. If you do find a badge laying around and it has a click device, please bring it up to our registration desk so we can get that back to the person it belongs to, because they're going to have a lot of valuable contacts there. And then I want to talk about save the dates. So future ILTACON. Next year, we are back in Opryland, actually the next 2 years. I've highlighted in red next year because ILTACON is a little later in the month than we typically try for. So please take a look at that. 2028, we're back in Orlando at the World Center. 29, we're back in National Harbor. 2030, back at the World Center. And 3031 back in National Harbor. So bouncing around just a little bit, but we're very excited for all of our future years. And really, that's it. So thank you, everyone, for your time. I want to mention that ILTACON would not be possible, obviously, without each of you attending, but really want to call out all of our volunteers who invest so much of their time and energy into curating ILTACON into what it is between all of the educational sessions, the volunteer hours, everything. Just thank you so much. Our staff has been incredible, small but mighty. And then, of course, our business partners. With that, we will go ahead and open it up for some questions.
Jessica, I think we took care of most of them in the Q&A and in the chat, but just to buy time and give people a chance to type anything in, we did have a couple of questions about the ending time of luggage storage. And I just indicated that maybe we would look into trying to extend that time or see what options there would be for people who want to still attend the closing reception on Thursday, and what to do with their luggage after 6 p.m. when luggage storage.
Great question. So the luggage storage upstairs will go until 6 p.m. After that time, any luggage storage will need to go back down to the front desk at the bell stand. If you think that you are going to be later than 6 p.m., I would encourage you to probably just check your luggage at the bell stand, because we'll be transitioning that stuff downstairs at 6.
Perfect. And how about talk a little bit more? I know that you mentioned dress in layers, hotel rooms can be cold. But is there any specific dress code for ILTACON? What should people be thinking to pack for daytime conferences and also for the nighttime receptions?
Well, obviously, pirate gear is going to be a must. So make sure you embrace that. But ILTACON it's a very laid back environment. You'll see people in polos and jeans. You'll see people in business casual up to business professional. So what matters most is that you're comfortable and that you feel great. So keep that in mind, and just come with what's going to be coziest for you when you're dealing with varying temperatures, sitting for long hours, walking for a long time, etc.
Great. That was really all of the questions that we had. This has been fantastic. Thank you for putting this together.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, we will have this posted to the ILTACON webinar page, or the informational webinar page, for ILTACON on our ILTACON website, within probably the next 24 hours. So again, any questions, comments, please reach out to us at events@iltanet.org.
There was one last question about access to trains in this area. And I'm not sure if they mean like more local trains for subways or Amtrak. Do you know anything about those?
Unfortunately, I do not. I do not have any information on the trains. I would encourage you to look at the National Harbor website. They do have a CVA that kind of controls a lot of that, and you'll be able to find more information there.
Great, thank you. And it sounds like is it nationalharbor.org possibly or nationalharbor.com? I know that they are a great resource.
Here, I will pull it up for you and drop it in the
Yeah.
chat.
We have them linked on our Around National Harbor page on our website as well, under the parking information, I believe.
And I'm dropping that link right here in the chat right now.
Great, thank you.
Of course. Anything else?
I think that wraps them up.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. You have a wonderful day, and we will see you in like a week and a half. So exciting. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, thanks so much.
Bye.